Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we have some of the craziest news to go over. We all know what's been going on with the Call of Duty franchise lately. It's been a whirlwind over the course of the past couple of months, and Activision has been doing absolutely everything they can to save face and scavenge whatever money they can from the pockets of their remaining players. Whether it was the constant double XP, throwing in event after event after event, selling Ninja Turtles for $20 a pop, along with a premium reward track, they've been going wild. But what if I told you that an old patent from 2015 or something like that has finally made its way into the game? I'm not sure exactly how long this has been here, but I was just made aware of it last night. But Activision is literally monetizing kill cams now within the Call of Duty franchise, and I'm not talking about those kill cam borders that we had back in Vanguard. So I tested this out myself, and it's true. Not a lot of people are aware of this because most of us skip our kill cams, but if you don't, you'll now see within the kill cam itself an option to wishlist the bundle that the opposing player killed you with. As you guys can see, this guy here killed me with a gripper of some sort, but he was also using the Terminator skin. And when I watch the kill cam in the bottom right hand side corner, there's now an option for me to hold down Y to automatically add the bundle that the guy was using to my wish list within the Black Ops 6 shop. This may actually be one of the scummiest things Activision has done in ages. Like, they load the shop up with so much shit. I think even just today, they added another $30 bundle on top of everything else, but they load the shop up with so much shit, and now when people buy them, players that they kill will have the option to wishlist that content and have it appear within their shop. Now, what's wild about this is we actually covered something very similar to this way back in Modern Warfare Remastered. I tried to find the video, but it's really hard to sift through like hundreds of videos to find the exact perfect one, but we did cover this because back in the day, Activision got into some hot water when one of their patents became public knowledge and started getting covered all across the internet. It was something called the system and method for driving microtransactions in multiplayer video games. I'll put a link to the actual patent itself down there in the description if you guys want to check it out. But as part of that patent, it says, and I quote, "For example, microtransaction engine 128 may identify a junior player to match with a marquee player based on a player profile of the junior player. In a particular example, the junior player may wish to become an expert sniper in the game. Microtransaction engine 128 may match the junior player with a player that is a highly skilled sniper in the game. In this manner, the junior player may be encouraged to make game-related purchases such as a rifle or other item used by the highly skilled player." Now, of course, Activision came out years ago and said, "Oh, that old patent there, that's just an old exploratory patent from 2015, pay that no mind." But the patent is still owned by Activision, and it's still active until 2035, and we are literally seeing aspects of that patent happening right now. We all know how incredibly manipulative the matchmaking system is. We know how everything in the COD franchise essentially now is just built around the shop and monetization, and now when people see somebody doing well with a shop bundle, they have the option to wishlist it right from the kill cam within the game itself. It's only a matter of time before players will be able to straight up just buy bundles from their kill cams, but the wishlist feature is pretty much the same idea. Think about it, just like put yourself in the shoes of somebody who blows a bunch of money in the shop. Somebody in your lobby is doing incredibly well. That person keeps killing you with their fancy blueprint for a gun that you didn't even know existed. You watch the kill cam, you wishlist that bundle, and then from there, right after the match, you can go to the shop and they will have that particular bundle right there, all ready to go and waiting for your purchase. This is some of the scummiest manipulation bullshit Activision have ever pulled off, and that's really saying something considering everything that's been going on over the course of the past couple of months. I mean, for crying out loud, when it comes to Black Ops 60% players lost, they're doing everything they can to nickel and dime what is left of its player base, and Activision is straight up desperate as hell. There's no other way to put it. And Charlie Intel reported today that, quote, "Nostalgia with Verdansk won't save all the problems with Warzone, and from what we've heard, Activision is hoping Verdansk can save Warzone's player decline. Nothing we've heard so far, though, suggests there will be anything significant. Hoping we're wrong." Now, we've talked about this in the past, but it almost seems like Activision has given up on Black Ops 6 rebounding. Even yesterday, like, I was doing some more testing with Crossplay Off. I was trying it in a party with my brother and everything, and just look how freaking janky this game is, man. This is a $70 title. This is a trillion with a T dollar company. This is like the 25th Call of Duty to come out, for crying out loud. And look how janky it is. Like, dark matter is constantly glitching out. If I so much as try to check my barracks, it bugs me out back to the menu and takes my brother out of his creative class and puts him back to the menu as well. The armory unlocks, which take almost an entire prestige's worth of XP to get, don't even automatically track to the next unlock, and reports are coming in from all over that are claiming that server stability has somehow gotten even worse with Season 2 Reloaded. Activision does not care, even a little bit, about the state or the quality of Black Ops 6. All they care about is the state state of the shop, and that's why they've been banking so heavily on Warzone to have a resurgence. Their idea is just throwing Verdansk back in the game is somehow gonna right the ship, like all's gonna be well, people are gonna be happy, the nostalgia will flow, and shop bundles will flourish, but it just isn't going to happen, because without fixing the actual core problems, doesn't matter if you're talking Black Ops 6, Warzone, or whatever, without fixing the core problems, all they're gonna do is continue to lose even more players. With Season 3, which is the rumored return of Verdansk, all that is gonna do is ruin the legacy of Verdansk and the original Warzone for a lot of people. For many people out there, not particularly me, but I know a lot of you and many other people out there in the world, Verdansk does not just represent a Warzone map, it represents a different time. It represents the COVID shutdowns, it represents staying home and playing with their friends all night until like 5 in the morning. Like, for a lot of people, Verdansk was a time in their lives that they wish they could go back to, because to them it was one of the most interesting and fun points in their lives, and Activision's going to try and cash in on that. And without fixing anything, people are just going to return to Verdansk and they're going to see it's the same map, but it's not going to be the same, right? They say you can't go home, and you can't, because Verdansk is not going to have the same guns. The vehicles are likely going to be different. Cheaters are going to be everywhere. The servers are going to be breaking all the time. The meta is going to be completely different than what they remember it being. It just is not going to be the same whatsoever. The reason why Warzone is losing all these players is not because of the map, right? It's not because of Area 99 being horrible. It's not Urzikstan. It's because the game itself, objectively, is worse than it used to be. Like, hell, people are still mostly playing Rebirth Island, which is as tried and tested as any BR map in the world, and it doesn't matter. The core game itself is flawed. The core game itself is broken. So if you bring back Verdansk and put it in the current state of Warzone and the current state of the Call of Duty franchise itself, it's not going to matter, man. It's going to be the map that people want to go back to, and they're going to enjoy running through those old areas they remember, but the game itself is still going to be busted. It's still going to be broken, and I would not be surprised whatsoever if the return of Verdansk does not even have a positive impact on the player numbers within the Call of Duty franchise. That is how burnt out people are on the current state of this series. We're at a point right now where Activision is willing to do literally anything besides invest the required money and resources to make the servers better, fix the anti-cheat, remove the AI restrictions on voice moderation, and of course, get rid of skill-based matchmaking. For Call of Duty fans like us, it is so simple. It's so incredibly clear what they need to do to get the franchise back on track, but instead, they just keep finding newer and shadier ways to somehow make the game even worse. Monetizing kill cams within the Call of Duty franchise, ladies and gentlemen, that is how far this series has sunk, and we thought we had it bad back when we had those stupid-ass kill cam overlays back in Vanguard. If only we knew. If only we knew how low Activision would be willing to sink. But hey, if there's one thing Activision's good at, it's finding new ways to make their fans lose interest in their favorite franchise. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this video here today. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments. Thank you all so much for listening and for your continued support of my channel, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.